Today is the 8th of August 2025, a date like any other, yet it marks a moment in time when the world is more connected and more divided than ever before. Across the Western world, one topic dominates conversations: immigration. From bustling city streets to quiet suburban cafes, the subject is unavoidable. It's a story as old as humanity, people crossing borders for safety, opportunity, or a new life. The movement of people has always been a part of our collective history. Yet today, the issue feels more urgent and divisive than ever. News channels broadcast heated debates and social media amplifies every opinion. Why? Economic shifts, political instability, and changing national identities all play a part. The reasons are complex and multifaceted. Globalization connects us, but also spreads crises and people faster than ever before. The world feels smaller, yet the challenges seem larger. Western nations face aging populations and labor shortages, but the arrival of newcomers sparks anxiety about jobs and culture. The balance is delicate and often contentious. This isn't a simple battle of right versus wrong. It's a deeply human narrative of hope, struggle, and adaptation. Every story is unique yet interconnected. Migrants are our doctors, entrepreneurs, and farmhands, integral to our communities. They contribute in ways that are often unseen but deeply felt. Their journeys force us to question our values and the future we want. What kind of society do we aspire to be? In this essay, we'll explore how countries like the UK, Denmark, and Germany are responding. Each nation has its own approach and challenges. We'll examine the economic and social impacts of both legal and illegal immigration. The effects are far-reaching and often surprising. The goal, to move beyond rhetoric and understand the real forces shaping our interconnected world. Only then can we find meaningful solutions. Across Europe, immigration policy is a political tightrope. Some nations tighten borders, others seek skilled workers, but all face deep divisions and constant policy shifts. Stricter controls are often justified by concerns over public services and cultural identity. Supporters argue that unchecked immigration strains resources and social cohesion. Opponents highlight the economic benefits migrants bring and our humanitarian obligations. With declining birth rates, many argue immigration is essential for economic survival. Countries experiment with points-based systems and offshore processing, searching for sustainable solutions. The old frameworks are gone. Governments must innovate under intense public scrutiny. Brexit promised the UK control over its borders, ending free movement from the EU. A new points-based system prioritises skilled workers, but has led to labour shortages in key sectors like hospitality and agriculture. While EU migration has dropped, non-EU arrivals have surged, keeping net migration high and confounding expectations. Businesses struggle to adapt, caught between political promises and economic realities. The debate over illegal immigration intensifies, with controversial policies like the Rwanda plan facing legal and ethical challenges. The UK now faces high migration, labour gaps, and a divisive debate, paradoxical outcomes for a country seeking less immigration. The post-Brexit story is one of unintended consequences and ongoing tension. Denmark is known for its strict immigration and integration policies. The goal: protect the welfare state and cultural homogeneity, aiming for near-zero asylum seekers. Refugees receive only temporary protection, creating uncertainty and hindering integration. Strict rules target so-called parallel societies, with measures like mandatory daycare and harsher penalties. Supporters see this as defending Danish values. Critics call it discriminatory and counterproductive. Denmark's approach reduces asylum numbers but fuels debate over rights, security, and social cohesion. Germany's immigration policy shifted after the 2015 refugee crisis. The country tightened asylum rules and strengthened borders, learning from past challenges. Simultaneously, Germany liberalized legal migration, easing entry for skilled workers to address demographic decline. A points-based system now prioritizes qualifications and job offers. The approach balances humanitarian responsibility with economic necessity. Germany needs immigrants to power its economy, but aims for managed, selective migration. The result? A pragmatic, experience-driven system focused on long-term national interests. Immigration comes in two forms, legal and illegal, each shaping societies in unique and sometimes unexpected ways. The distinction between these two paths is not just a matter of paperwork, but of opportunity, risk, and impact on both individuals and nations. Legal migrants arrive through official channels, often after a lengthy process of applications, background checks, and interviews. They pay taxes, contribute to social security, and fill vital skill gaps in industries ranging from healthcare to technology. Their contributions are measurable and far-reaching. They support public services, drive innovation, and enrich the cultural fabric of their new communities. Many become entrepreneurs, educators, and leaders, helping to build a more dynamic society. Illegal or irregular migrants, by contrast, often live in the shadows, facing uncertainty and risk every day. Many are exploited in low-paid, unregulated jobs, lacking the protections and rights that legal status provides. They provide cheap labor, keeping costs down for businesses and consumers, and often take on work that others are unwilling to do. Their presence is felt in agriculture, hospitality, and construction, where their efforts are essential but frequently overlooked. However, because many do not pay income tax, yet still use public services like healthcare and education, this can create fiscal strain and spark debates about fairness and resource allocation. Their presence can also undercut wages for low-skilled native workers, fueling resentment and sometimes leading to social tension or political backlash. The economic impact of irregular migration is complex, benefiting some sectors and individuals while placing burdens on others. It's a delicate balance that policymakers must navigate carefully. Legal and illegal migration create profoundly different outcomes for migrants and host societies alike, shaping lives, communities, and the national conversation. The distinction between these two forms of migration shapes public debate, influences policy decisions, and often stirs passionate opinions on all sides. Understanding both sides is crucial to any meaningful discussion about the future of our communities and the values we hold as a society. Each path brings its own set of challenges and opportunities, shaping the destinies of individuals and the character of nations. Ultimately, the choices societies make about migration today will shape their future for generations to come, influencing not just economies, but the very fabric of our shared lives. Immigration's impact is uneven. Some benefit, others face challenges. Migrants often gain the most, escaping hardship for opportunity and security. Employers in sectors with labor shortages also benefit, as do high-income natives who enjoy lower service costs. For low-skilled native workers, competition can mean lower wages and job insecurity. Rapid influxes constrain local schools and healthcare, causing frustration. Communities may feel overwhelmed if resources don't keep pace with population growth. These pressures fuel anti-immigrant sentiment and political tension. With proper planning, challenges are manageable, but initial friction is real. The winners and losers of migration shape the debate and drive policy responses. Imagine a world with zero illegal immigration. Sectors like agriculture, hospitality, and construction would face immediate labor shortages. Food prices would rise, businesses would struggle, and some industries might contract. Irregular migrants, though often invisible, contribute to local economies through spending and taxes like VAT. Their sudden absence would shock the economy, especially in areas reliant on their labor. Eliminating illegal migration solves some problems, but creates new, severe economic challenges. Our economies are more dependent on this hidden workforce than we like to admit. Immigration is a complex reality, not a simple choice. It is shaped by history, economics, and the hopes of millions seeking better lives. Every country faces unique pressures and opportunities, and there are no easy answers. Countries like the UK, Denmark, and Germany each seek their own balance of economic need and social cohesion. Their policies reflect not just numbers, but values, fears, and aspirations. The path forward is different for each, but the questions are universal. Legal migration, when managed well, fuels growth and innovation. It brings new skills, fresh perspectives, and helps societies adapt to a rapidly changing world. Migrants often become entrepreneurs, researchers, and vital contributors to their new communities. Illegal migration brings challenges, but also fills essential roles that keep economies running. Many industries depend on the hard work of those who arrive without papers, even as governments struggle to regulate these flows. With aging populations, migration is a necessity for many developed nations. Without newcomers, schools would close, hospitals would struggle, and entire communities could fade away. The real challenge is managing migration intelligently and humanely. This means creating systems that are fair, efficient, and compassionate, balancing security with opportunity. This means honest debate, investment in integration, and clear legal pathways. It requires listening to concerns, but also celebrating the benefits that migration brings. We must move beyond polarization to recognize both the costs and contributions of migration. Only then can we build societies that are resilient, inclusive, and prosperous. Immigration is a defining feature of our era, one we must navigate wisely. The choices we make today will shape our communities for generations to come. Our future prosperity depends on getting it right. The path forward may be complicated, but it is necessary, and it is ours to shape together.